Thank you very much. And you should be able to see my full screen there, hopefully.
Yes, it's
Fantastic. Well,
clearly seen. Yeah.
thank you so much. Well, thank you, Alina, for that. And also, Jose, for your always enthusiastic support of everybody here. I'm actually delighted I got to speak last because I got to see a lot of very exciting technology and it brings me back to my own research days. Just a little bit about myself. I'm the business development manager for MedPhab. Actually, it's my day job as well when I work in Ireland in the Tyndall National Institute, which is an institute in Cork. And my specific area is IPIC, which is the National Photonics Centre in Ireland. I'm delighted to be here today. This is the community we're exactly looking to support. There's a couple of things I spotted from listening there, even with Patrick and from IQ endoscopes. It was very fascinating for me to understand about the single use, but also some of the challenges you listed, and I'm actually going to refer to them later. And Fred from Accubane, there's a couple of elements there too that we find very interesting, and funds being a challenge for everybody. I'm sure that's the case, and that's why we're here as well, to help companies like yourselves, and I'll address that later too. So what is MedPhab? Well, MedPhab is Europe's first photonics pilot line dedicated to medical devices. We're here, and I work actually with Alina, I should say. Alina is a fantastic support for MedPhab. She's one of our team members, so it's great to be speaking with her here today. She knows as much about this as everybody. We're here, we support and grow the supply chain from all the way from component manufacturers. So if you're here and you don't need to make anything new, but you want to supply, we're here to speak to you too. We're having from component manufacturers to startups to multinationals, where we try to help with de-risking some of the new devices they want to bring in, or even with OEMs to help introduce new capabilities. And we're also here to work with investors, and investors are we're here to help you to access the biggest amount of individuals in Europe and companies to support people like here today, people listening, to help you get investment into what you're doing, and we're going to enable you using that money as best as possible through our network. We're also here to provide a bit of training, and we'll explain that a little bit now, but also at any stage you want to reach out to us, we're here as an organization, a broad organization, to help with terms of accreditation, of getting your devices made in a regulated environment. But ultimately, it's this last line what we're here to do. We're here to help you reduce your R&D costs and to help you accelerate commercialization. So we're a big, broad family here, multiple RTOs, multinationals, SMEs, and we also have clinical support. On top of that, we have people like Epic and Amiraz who help us with not only getting out to everybody here, like yourselves, but also to help ourselves understand the best messaging we're trying to give. So we're not siloed, we're not one individual group, we are all contactable individually, but as a group, we're here to help you develop where you're trying to go. And you can see some very interesting partners in there to help you manufacture and commercialize your work. So we have a broad range of capabilities in this group. We're here to help you if you want to come to us with ideas and challenges that you have. We're here to help you across all these areas here. And I just picked a number of them. But ultimately, what we have is ISO regulated environments in which we can incorporate things that you want in your technology or to help you bring that forward. So we've multiple technical applications here, but we're also here to help you in terms of a networking sense, to introduce you to the partners that we have and to investors. And ultimately, we have a list of all our technologies that is available to the public and available to you too to look at. We're trying to help you understand your technology and what you might be able to help you to bring to the next stage of your commercialization. So what's the key element of working with us? What is MedPhab? And we're originally funded by Europe, but we're actually a pilot line accessible to everybody in the world, but primarily we're able to financially support you from Europe. We've 18 partners, but you can contact us very easily through a single point of contact, which is the MedPhab front office. And we have a website, and you can find everything after this talk. That if you want to talk to any of the partners individually, you can still reach out to us there, or you can talk to any of us individually through the website as well, just offline. One of the main benefits of speaking to us, though, we find anyway, is that if you have a project or an idea, we help you place it on an innovation maturity map, which allows you to understand where you are in between a TRL and MRL, which is manufacturing readiness level, where you are on that journey. And our partners are really, really good at doing that. So just before I go there on how it actually works in practice, this is how it would affect you. So if anybody here, and including RTOs, I should say, wants to come speak to us, we'll go straight to the front office. And if you have a technical idea, we have ISO certified companies and RTOs of today's technology who all discuss amongst themselves where your product or service will end up on that kind of map. Now we are here to, it's all under NDA. So if there are partners you don't want to see it, we have processes in place that they won't see it either. So this is not just going to anybody, this is all controlled by you. But one of the other major advantages in MedPhab, and it's because they're in our group, but also we have a wonderful context within our group, is the other European Commission pilot lines that are out there, such as PICSAP, which is one of our founding members. We have contacts with those also, and they have supply chains and accesses to other companies that maybe you don't have yet, and we're here to help you do that. This is where we position projects, and we tailor the projects for your needs. So if you look at these 5 sort of levels, increasing from maybe a quick project is low cost to help you maybe do some basic information, all the way up to high manufacturing, we're here to support you along this journey and to tailor our outputs with that. We then, and this is actually, for example, this is a perfect thing to approach us with. This came from the talk earlier today. This is the perfect thing. Just approach us with something like this. It doesn't have to be totally detailed. And say, these are the things we're looking for. And we help you position questions like this, which came from earlier on, along this map. One of the best things that I have seen from being a former researcher and also working in industry is this map that we've produced along with our partners. Whereas you can see with increasing maturity where a project might sit. But we backfit this looking at what you're bringing to us, and we position you along this map. So you might come along, which is what I've experienced a lot, is a very high technical readiness level. So a technology that's next generation, truly cutting edge. However, the assessment from the engineering team within our group can tell you where it really fits along here. So it might be really highly advanced, but in reality, in the real world, won't be able to be made at scale. And that can be one of the most valuable pieces of input for any company, whether it be an SME starting out seeking funding or all the way to a multinational. You might be able to sidestep years of advanced work to have to go back and do it again in manufacturing. And I think it's one of the best capabilities within MedPhab. And I think one of the best things I've seen from Philips to produce this slide is that this is where an awful lot of people thought they were, where their marketing might have said they were, but actually where they found themselves to be, which is relatively high technology, but actually very low on a manufacturer readiness level. And this is one of the benefits we can do. One thing we have is funding. And we're not here just as a funding organization, we're here already operating as a pilot line. But we're starting this year, but ends at the end of next year, at any time you can apply through a pre-screening phase, just anytime you want to try and get funding. It's up to 125,000 euros available, 3/4 of which can be funded to SMEs, and 50% of which can be funded for multinationals, all based in Europe and the UK and some other countries as well associated with European law. You can go to the website here, but you can see this on any MedPhab website. And we help you with this sort of funding level here. So you can imagine here if the max contribution is up to 125,000, that can be 25% of the project. And then all you have to do is fund, 75%, all you have to do is fund 25% of the project, and 50-50%, it's a multinational. So not only are we an existing pilot line already, in this early phase for the next year or so, we're here to try and help you get work co-funded. And I think in reality, when I look at the work that's been done already outside of this, we're a very cost-effective organization as it is now. So the great thing is everybody here, and I can see for the team that, or the groups that Jose and Elena put together, there's a huge group of individuals here with all sorts of needs, be it from administrative support to funding support and technical support. And the MedPhab team here is willing to speak to you at any stage. So questions now is fantastic, that's great. But if you want to speak offline, Elena knows all my contact details, obviously, and we would love to talk to you at any time.